There are moments in the history of a franchise that mark the end of an era, and this is one of them. Tyron Smith, the cornerstone of the Dallas Cowboys offensive line for more than a decade, has officially said goodbye. A future Hall of Famer, a guaranteed name in the Ring of Honor, and above all, one of the most respected leaders to ever wear the star. Think about it. This man was drafted back in 2011 and immediately became the gold standard at left tackle. Year after year, through injuries and changes in the roster, Tyron anchored that line with quiet dominance. His presence wasn't just physical, it was emotional. He was the protector of Tony Romo. He was the wall for Dak Prescott. And now, with his retirement, the Cowboys are stepping into the unknown. Without number 77, this team enters a transition period. The offensive line, a longtime strength, is now a question mark. And that brings us to one major point. The Cowboys aren't just replacing a player, they're trying to find a new identity in the trenches. That impacts everything, from how we approach the draft to how we protect our quarterback in the most critical moments. So here's a question for you. Do you feel this the way I do? Like we just watched the end of something special? If you're a fan of Tyron Smith, show him your respect right now. Drop the number 77 in the comments. Let's flood this video with love for one of the greatest to ever do it. And hey, while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. We're closing in on 13,000 subscribers, and every single click helps us grow. We're building something special here, and it starts with fans like you. With Tyron Smith gone, the front office has some serious decisions to make, especially when it comes to the upcoming draft. And that brings us to something Stephen Jones said recently that's got a lot of people talking. Instead of moving up in the first round, the Cowboys are seriously considering trading down. Yeah, you heard that right. Trading down instead of up. Now, at first, that might sound strange. You're probably thinking, why not go get a top-tier talent to fill the hole Tyron left? But here's the thing. This year's draft class is deep. Very deep. Especially between picks 5 and 20, where talent is pretty evenly spread out. A lot of teams are realizing that you don't have to spend premium capital to get a quality starter. Stephen Jones explained that staying flexible is key, and trading down could mean more picks, more value, and more chances to fill multiple holes on the roster. Remember, this isn't just about replacing one guy. The Cowboys have needs at offensive line, running back, linebacker, and depth all across the board. Moving down could give them the ammo to plug several of those gaps. Plus, if we look back, Dallas has a history with this kind of strategy. In 2013, they traded down and landed Travis Frederick, a pick that fans initially hated, but that ended up becoming a franchise cornerstone. The risk paid off then. Could it happen again? But of course, there's always the other side. Trading down also means potentially missing out on a blue-chip player, someone who could be a game changer on day one. It's a gamble, and it all comes down to how much the front office trusts its board and its scouts. So let's break it down. If the Cowboys stay put, they could still land a starter. If they move up, it'll cost valuable capital. But if they move down, they might walk away with multiple solid contributors instead of just one big name. And that's where I want to bring you into the conversation. Do you think the Cowboys should trade down in the first round? Type 1 if you say yes, go for value and build depth. Type 0 if you say no, stay aggressive and go get a star. Let's see what the real fans are thinking. Scroll down, vote in the comments, and don't forget to like this video if you appreciate deep dive breakdowns like this one. I'm reading every comment, and I want to know how you would play this draft if it were your call. If the Cowboys do end up trading down and collecting more picks, it's going to make day 3 of the draft even more important than usual. And honestly, that's where smart teams make their mark. Right now, Dallas holds 7 picks on day 3, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and 3 in the 7th. That's a lot of ammunition. So the big question is, how do they use it? Option 1, package picks to move up. Let's say there's a guy slipping into the late 4th or early 5th round that the Cowboys love. Maybe a high upside linebacker or a developmental offensive lineman. Having this many picks makes it easy to jump up and grab him before someone else does. Option 2. Use these picks to stock up for the future. We've seen the front office do this before. Trade a sixth this year for a fifth next year, for example. It's all about staying flexible and setting yourself up long term. Option 3. Flip picks for veteran help. Remember when Dallas used a late-round pick to trade for Jonathan Hankins? Moves like that can bring in proven players to fill short-term holes, especially on defense or the O-line. With the roster needing depth in a few spots, that could absolutely be on the table again. Now, let's talk needs. Even after free agency and the first 2 days of the draft, the Cowboys will likely still have holes at running back, cornerback, defensive tackle, and maybe even wide receiver, depending on how things shake out. Day 3 is the perfect time to find that under-the-radar gem who can contribute on special teams and grow into a key role. And here's where you come in. If you could pick just one position for the Cowboys to focus on in Day 3, what would it be? Let me know in the comments right now. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that notification bell. That way you won't miss any of our draft coverage. We're just getting started, and you'll want to be here for all of it. Now, this next part might catch you by surprise, but it's the kind of story that can say a lot about how the Cowboys think. According to Oklahoma tackle Tyler Guyton, there's a player in this draft who really wants to wear the star. That player? Jahdae Barron, cornerback from the University of Texas. Let that sink in. In an era where guys are trained to say all the right things, Barron's name came up unprompted, and it wasn't just about football. He wants to be a Cowboy. That's rare. So who is Jahdae Barron, and why is this so interesting? Barron is a versatile defensive back who's played both slot corner and safety. He's got production, solid tackling numbers, smart instincts, and experience in a high-pressure Big 12 environment. But here's the kicker. His arm length is under the Cowboys' typical threshold for defensive backs. If you followed this front office, you know they have strict measurables for DBs. Long arms, physicality, length. Barron doesn't check every box, but his play speaks for itself. And sometimes passion for the team? That counts for something. This raises a bigger question. Would the Cowboys go off script and draft a guy because he fits the culture, even if he doesn't fit the prototype? You've got a Texas kid who wants to stay home. He's smart, tough, and experienced. Maybe he's not the flashiest athlete on the board, but maybe he's exactly the kind of depth piece this roster needs in the secondary. So here's what I want from you. Would you be excited if the Cowboys drafted Jahdae Barron? Give me a letter grade right now. In the comments, A, B, C, D, or F. How would you rate that pick? Your take might just end up in our next video, so don't hold back. All right, let's not sugarcoat it. This next topic has the fan base boiling. Recently, Stephen Jones made some comments about player contracts that didn't sit well with a lot of Cowboys Nation. Specifically, when asked about extending guys like Micah Parsons, he said something along the lines of, "Players should consider the cost of living in Texas when negotiating their deals." Wait, what? You're telling one of the best defensive players in the NFL, a guy who's carried this team on his back, to take less money because he lives in Frisco? That's not how you build a championship roster. That's how you lose your locker room. Micah Parsons isn't just elite. He's generational. If the Cowboys are serious about competing for a Super Bowl, it's not about finding discounts. It's about investing in greatness. And here's the truth a lot of us are thinking. There's a big difference between spending up to the salary cap and actually doing everything it takes to win. Fans see it. Players feel it. And the front office? They better figure it out. Fast. Because the clock's ticking. You don't get many years with a talent like Micah in his prime. And if Stephen Jones is out here trying to bargain hunt his way through another offseason, he might just fumble the best shot this franchise has had in decades. So let's end this video with a simple question. Do you still trust Stephen Jones to lead this team to a Super Bowl? Type Y for yes, N for no, and hit the comments. I want to know how you really feel. And hey, if you made it this far, it means you bleed blue and silver. So smash that subscribe button and share this with another true cowboy. Let's grow this community.